Hello, Satyam.
Hi, so how are you?
I'm doing great, Satyam. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, how are things?
Things are well. I was not well from a couple of days, so I was not able to make the last session.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I requested Prasad to kind of, inform you that I won't be available. So, can I get your email address or someplace I can directly text you?
It should be through Prasad only, Satyam. Sorry
Okay,
for that. Yeah.
got it. No worries.
Yeah. Satyam, let me know if my voice is breaking, okay? Because I was struggling to connect
Hmm?
the internet because it's raining like hell here.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite clear. As of now, there's no issues.
Okay. Okay.
I just wanted to ask you one more thing. So I was playing around with my Salesforce account,
Mhm.
and I did see a couple of leads already there and opportunities already there. So they are part of the demo account, right?
Yeah. So, whenever you create a developer account, okay, so Salesforce also gives you few sample data. Okay, because
Got
without any sample data, no, you don't, there should be a reference point, right? So that's why they're giving that.
Yeah, because there was already a task created which was pending. So I just went and looked out, and there were
Okay.
a couple of opportunities and couple of leads, couple of accounts. So I thought I'll
Okay.
ask you once. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's the sample data.
cool.
We'll wait for a couple of minutes.
Sure.
So let's get started. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if you remember, like that day, I told you that we need to cover up the remaining aspects of fields and data, right? The
Yes.
object modeling fields, etc. Okay, so
Yeah,
the major thing in fields and relationship is the relationship fields.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let me share my screen.
sure.
Yeah, I've shared my screen. So
Yes, I can see it.
on
Yeah.
any object, Prasad, Satyam. Okay, so or whoever is listening on any object. Okay,
Hmm.
you hit on new. Okay, Madan has joined. Hey, Madan, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, Madan, can you hear us? Okay, so in any object, okay, when
Hmm.
you hit on new fields, okay, basically here, if you hit on
Yeah.
new field, so you'll be able to see there are three relationship fields available. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
basically three. Okay, so one is lookup relationship, other one is master data, and the other one is external lookup relationships. Okay, external
Yeah.
is nothing but if you have an integration, like create a relationship that links this object to an external object whose data
Okay.
stored outside the Salesforce org.
Got
Okay.
it. Like Adobe e-signature would be external, right? Something like
Adobe e-signature is an external application, you are
yeah.
right. But
Okay.
what we are doing is we are installing that as a package inside Salesforce.
Okay.
What
Okay.
Adobe
Yes.
does is, as part of that package, it will install all the objects
Got it. Got it.
inside
Got it.
our org. So we don't have to communicate externally.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Getting it right? We don't
Yeah.
have to communicate externally if we are installing packages. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
So it is like the base difference between installing an app in your system, okay, and using it. For example, if you are using Facebook, okay, so what technically happens is the App Store will install all the objects, relationships, the communications, all those things inside Salesforce, inside your mobile, basically, right? But if you
Yeah.
are using the same Facebook in your browser, okay, that is when you are directly communicating it with the server without any local machines. Yeah. So you might have experienced the behavior. There will be limited
Yeah.
features. Yeah. Some slight changes will be there in terms of performance also, right?
Yeah.
Those are the things. Yeah. So lookup relationship and master data relationship. So what are they basically? Okay. So if you go to setup, and schema builder, okay.
Mhm.
So basically, you can see these connections, right, between objects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lead is connected to account, account is connected to contact, contact is connected to opportunity. Yeah. Things like that.
Yes. Yes.
Relationship fields are useful for establishing connection between one table or multiple table. That is called relationship fields. Okay.
Mhm.
In the relationships, there are two types. Okay. One is lookup relationship and the other one is master detail. Okay. Master detail, as the name suggests, okay, we can keep a particular object as master to a particular object. Okay. What I mean is, without master, we can't create child.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, you have student, you are the student. Okay. You have mark sheet. Okay. Without a student, there's no mark sheet, right? You cannot see a mark sheet without a student associated, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If you delete student record, then mark sheet should also be deleted, because what happens is, without student, the mark sheets become obsolete or
Yes.
useless, right? That is called master data relationship. Okay.
So in this case, student is the
Master.
master. Okay.
And
Got it.
your mark sheet is the detail.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Getting it right? Clear?
Yes. Yes.
See, I will just give very basic explanation here. Okay.
Mhm.
But if you study in depth about master data relationship, you will understand its capacity. Okay. On the other hand, master detail is not only for this deletion, automatic deletion. Okay. If you can see the parent record, then you can see the child record automatically. Okay. I will tell you, don't get confused too much. So I'm just
Okay.
giving you few characteristics of this master data relationship. Okay.
Mhm.
The relationship field is required on all detailed records. If you have, let's say in Marksheet, you have specified student as the master. So without that master relationship associated, you cannot create the child record. Okay. Child record is called as detailed record. Okay.
Yeah.
The ownership and sharing of a detailed record are determined by the master record. Like I said, okay.
Mhm.
Let's say if your class teacher is the owner of your student record, he or she has created, okay, then he or she will become the owner of the Marksheet record also.
Got it.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you become the owner of the parent and the child, automatically, whenever you can see the parent record, obviously you can see the child record
Yeah.
without exclusively sharing the records.
Yeah.
Getting it?
Yes.
Yeah. When a user deselects the master record, when a user deletes the master record, all the detailed records are deleted, as I said, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The point is, in lookup relationship, okay, if you delete the parent, it is not necessary to delete the child records, okay? If you want to do that, you need to write exclusive logics for deletion. But in master detail, automatically Salesforce itself will delete the child records. So that is called
Got it.
cascade deleting.
Okay.
Clear so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the master detail comes up with few roll-up summary fields, okay, which are all helpful for us to do some basic math. Okay, for example, if you want to find out the average of all the child records, if you want to find out the count of child records, if you want to find out what is a minimum, what is a maximum of a particular field in a child record, you can create the roll-up summary fields in the parent record.
Got it.
Okay. So what roll-up summary fields are, you do, even if there are thousands of child records, okay, you don't have to write any exclusive logic. All you need to do is you create a roll-up summary field. Okay. Roll-up summaries you can see here. Okay. A read-only field that displays some minimum maximum value of a field in a related record or the record counts of all the records in the related list. Okay, you can get it, but roll-up summary fields are only available for master-teacher relationship.
Okay.
Okay, it's a special type of relationship. Okay. On the other hand, you have lookup relationship. Okay, lookup is nothing but there is association for sure, but these characteristics will not apply.
Okay.
Characteristics are lookup relationships can be kept as optional. If you want to populate, you can. Otherwise, you can't. You can make lookup relationships as mandatory. Okay. But by
Okay.
default, its nature is not mandatory.
Okay.
That is point number one, which means you can create detailed records without the parent. Okay. Or the
Okay.
associated records. Okay.
Mhm.
Ownership doesn't get inherited because it's already an optional one. So there's no ownership. Okay. So basically, in Salesforce, this owner field on any record plays a key role. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you create a simple record, one small text record, you can see your owner field there.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Out of the box standard field. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That owner field means the owner has the ultimate access to that particular record. Okay.
Okay.
So he can edit, he can delete that record, he can also transfer the record, which means he has all the permissions to perform any operation on that particular record if he is the owner. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Also, that record is visible only to you by default. Okay. Unless the sharing settings are different. We will see the sharing settings in detail in upcoming sessions. Okay.
Okay.
But just keep this in mind. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here, if you read, and also there's no roll-up summary field, obviously, because there's no master relationship. There is no cascade deletion, which means if you delete the parent, you don't need to, the
Yeah.
Salesforce will not automatically delete your child records because this is going to be a lookup relationship. Okay.
Mhm.
If you want to do cascading delete, then you need to go for a custom build that will delete all the child records. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
If I tell you like this, you won't understand. But when you go to real-time projects of complex implementations and all, okay,
Yeah.
you will know the in-depth understanding of these two relationship fields.
Yeah. I'm still getting it. What you are trying to say. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you can create there are limitations. Okay, there are obvious limitations. Okay, you can on an object you can have only two masters. You cannot have more than two master records.
Okay.
Okay, that is a limitation. But lookups, I think there are up to something like, just give me 1 second. Yeah, you can have
Got
up to 40 lookups.
Got it.
Okay, but if you go to, it's only two.
Two master details. Got it.
So why two in the sense? Okay, you cannot go beyond it, because if you have two objects as master, then your child will become the junction between two objects, right? So basically, a junction object is an object which has two master data relationships. Okay, when you say two master data relationships, one, you cannot associate the same object twice. Okay, two
Also,
different objects.
can you give an example, like in terms of like a lead, an account, and a contact? So
Okay,
how would that work?
I will tell you.
Okay.
We will take the example of result.
Okay.
Okay, you have student and you have
Mhm.
mark sheets. Yeah. So result is the output of a student writing exam and the student has passed in all his examinations,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
The result may be either pass or fail. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, generally, if you see in our universities, okay, if you have written an exam, you will get a result, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
stored as a record in the system, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. That result is driven by your mark sheets. Okay. So, if you request for a transcript certificate, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I have done it basically. If you are applying to a foreign country and all, you can request for transcript certificates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so transcript will have this student this year, this is his mark sheet, and these are all his attempts in the university examination. Attempts in the sense like how many times he has written. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have my friends who are still writing examinations to clear their UG or PG. Okay, still they
Okay.
are writing. Okay, if you take their results, no, then it will say 2013 attempt failed, 2014 attempt failed.
Okay.
Okay, like year-wise attempts, the mark sheet remains same. If he has passed, he will get one mark sheet, or he will, for every attempt, the mark sheet will also be generated. Okay,
Yes.
so even in the mark sheet, we can save this result either as pass or fail. Okay, but if the student is taking multiple attempts of examination each year, then obviously we need to end up creating one mark sheet for each year and one mark sheet for one result record also per year. Okay,
Yeah.
the reason
Yeah.
is on a single year you have two examinations, 6 year semester and the next 6 year semester, right? So
Yeah.
if there are possibilities of two examinations in a particular year, then obviously you have two results, right?
Yeah.
If you think in the broader perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. So during those times, for result, you need to create a junction object. Okay. The reason is you need the student to write exam and you need the mark sheets to give you the result,
Mm-hmm.
right? Without student also, there's no result. Without mark sheet
Yeah.
also, there is no result.
Yeah.
Okay. This is called a junction object. Is it clear? Layman
Yes.
example. Is it
Yeah.
clear for all of you?
Yeah. Clear.
Yeah. So this is called a junction object. There's no point in having one more master, right? I don't
Yeah.
see there is any real-time scenario. If you want more than three parents, then go for lookup relationship and create that as mandatory field.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can create up to 40 lookup fields. Okay. This is called a junction object. Clear with my
Yes.
examples?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the master and lookup detail relationships. Okay. But the point is the way you work with both the relationships in terms of writing code or in terms of writing queries, it varies a lot. Okay. If you see, if you type like Salesforce relationship query, okay, here you can see a separate thread which will be coming up, okay, which will let you know how to write relationship queries, okay. Understanding relationship names. I'll ping you this. This is a very useful link, okay.
Okay.
You can use it, okay. You can save this link, okay. This will help you to understand how the objects are related, okay, programmatically, okay.
Okay. Okay.
So obviously we will end up writing code, right? Because we are going to practice for both, okay.
Yeah.
If a record is related and if you want to query for an account, you need to get all the contacts, assets, and work order records, okay. This is how you need to write query,
Okay.
okay. So this is called a relationship query. We will see all these in detail. Okay, your relationship determines the way you write the query. Okay, we will see all in detail, but the way you access the record or traverse the record is a bit different. Okay, if you see here, so they are selecting name from accounts. Okay, where industry equal to media. Okay.
Okay.
For those accounts, they are also selecting the list of contacts created by a particular person whose alias is X. Okay. So what it will return is, it will return all the accounts with the industry media along with its contact records, okay, which have been created by a user whose alias has been set as X.
Okay.
In a single query, I will get two object record results with the help of these
Got it.
relationship fields. Okay, these are the points or areas which will help you. Okay, and also if you decide your relationships correctly, you can increase the performance of your system to a greater extent. Okay, clear so far?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, not from my end.
Okay. Standard objects comes up with out of the box relationships. Okay. If you type relationship between account and contact. Okay. So out of the box, account and contacts are standard objects, right? Out of the box. Yeah. But if you go to contact record, you can see account association field.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an out of the box relationship field. It's a lookup. But technically, it acts a bit differently. Okay. But it's technically a lookup field. Okay. You can create an account, you can create a contact record with or without account also. That's why it has a lookup relationship. Okay. But
Yeah.
there are certain standard objects which will come with master detail also. Okay. So as we have multiple product lines, etc. So we have all these relationship fields handy. Okay. Every out of the box object will have a different relationship. Okay. Any questions here?
No.
As I said, whatever I'm teaching, it is important for you guys to go through the links which I'm sharing, or the trailhead links which I'm sharing. It is important for you to do that also, okay, in order to get
Okay.
even more perspective. Because I am explaining you guys from my perspective. Whatever the scenarios which I have encountered in my past experience, I'm getting it. If you go to Trailhead, Salesforce will give its own perspective. Yeah, where
Yeah.
they will be saying with the different examples, different scenarios, different use cases, etc., which will give you even more in-depth understanding.
Got it.
Got it? It's
Yeah.
not only me whom you need to refer. Okay. It is
Okay.
important that you get different perspectives, because as software engineers, for us, it is important to understand a particular scenario from a different perspective to give a solution which will fit into everybody's need or requirement. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So clear with the relationships so far.
Yes.
Basic
Yes.
is what we have done. Okay. There are few things which you need to also understand. Okay. For standard objects, okay, you cannot see master data relationship. Okay. I'm in account, right? For certain, you will have master data relationship also.
Got it.
Certain standard for account, you can have a master detail. So you need to understand. It's a contradicting statement, right? I said that we cannot create master detail for standard, but for contact, I can't see any master detail relationship field at all. Okay, but in account, I can see, right? So when it comes to standard objects, it is important for you to understand what is that object is all about. Okay. So how to identify that is if you type Salesforce account object. Okay. So Salesforce as a platform, it will give you object reference guide. Okay. Which will explain you what is the purpose of that object, what are all the supported calls, what are all the out of the box fields and its characteristics. Okay. Is partner is an out of the box field. What are all its characteristics? What is the use case which you can use it? Okay.
Okay.
So since Salesforce maintains it, if there are any addition, deletion of objects or fields or any changes or upgradations, they will always update in these documents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So keep this also handy. Okay. Very important. Whatever notes I'm sending here, keep that very handy, because those are all your reference points. Okay.
Yeah.
In today's real-time scenario, okay, if I want to become a brand, I might create my own website, I will create my own blog, and I will start writing blogs about account object or contact. Okay. But I will not maintain it, which means I might have created the content years ago. Okay. And if you are, let's say I've created a content on the account on the year 2020. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly currently we are in 2023. Okay. If you are referring to a content which is 2020, which is outdated, and if you're trying to implement the same, which means you are implementing a logic which is 3 years old. Okay. The problem with Salesforce is every year they do major releases. Okay.
Okay.
Major releases in the sense, I'll show you. So Salesforce does 3 releases per year. Every 4 months, they do a release, which is spring, winter, spring, and summer. Okay. They do 3 major releases every year. Okay. So what they will do is they will introduce new product lines. They will introduce a lot of upgradations. They will do bug fixes. Okay. They will add or remove certain features. Okay. If you are referring a content which is 3-year old and if you're trying to implement that, which means it becomes useless for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the point is you can always refer to third-party blogs, websites, etc. Okay. But Salesforce is the authorized person to give you the recent releases or upgrades or updates, right?
Mhm.
So always refer to Salesforce documentations before your implementation. Clear with that? On agreement with this?
Yes, yes.
Did I justify why you need to go for Salesforce documentations before
Yeah,
implementing?
yeah.
Yeah, very important. Very, very important. Otherwise, you are going to implement a solution which is pretty old, which will not suit to today's real-time scenarios.
Got it.
Salesforce might have introduced a lot of features which are also advanced than the features specified in the 2020 documentation. Okay.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Are you getting the clear difference between the third-party sites and the actual Salesforce release
Yeah.
documents?
Yeah. Yeah.
So always refer to Salesforce. To get different perspective, you can go for other third-party things. But authentic, up-to-date information can be found only in Salesforce documentation. Okay, always
Mhm.
keep that as in mind. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
because I work with multiple teams. Okay, what happens
Mhm.
is sometimes we'll be so busy, to be honest. Okay,
Yeah.
because we might end up working with different clients, different timelines, different deadlines with multiple customers. Okay, so what sometimes we do is we delegate work. Okay, and we ask them to do a certain functionality. Okay,
Okay.
that developer might have spent 2 3 days and he might have done the functionality which is works good. Okay, but if the client is asking, the clients are smart nowadays. They will go to YouTube. They will go to reach out to Salesforce to get all the latest features. Okay, and
Okay.
if my developer has implemented a solution which is not supporting the latest features or releases done by Salesforce, then imagine the situation of a lead or an architect or a project manager.
Yeah.
Okay. It is important for us to educate where to look, what to implement also. We have to give clear, specific information for our team in order to perform. Performance is
Understood.
same. Performance is same, but the
Mhm.
end result, is it up to date? Is it what the current trend is?
Got
So
it. Got it. Got it.
same thing with you also. Go with the current trend. Always use the latest updated ones in all the ways. Okay, so refer to Salesforce documentations always. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put some unnecessary information here, but it is mandatory.
Got it.
Base.
Got it.
Yeah, that's how Salesforce works because Salesforce is a very dynamic platform which it's upgrading every 4 months, right? Every 4 months, if you're not reading the release documents, which means you become a fresher again.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, it's very important. Okay, these are all relationship fields. We will see with a lot of examples. Okay, uh, so what you can do is you can create a school application. Okay, you can note this assignment also. Create an
Mhm.
application called school management. Okay, create a custom object called school, custom object called student, custom object called mark sheet, and a custom object called result. Okay, keep result as the junction object between student and mark sheet. Okay, and
Okay.
without school there is no student. Agree?
Yeah.
Without student there is no mark sheet, and
Yeah.
without student and mark sheet there is no result.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to figure this out. Build your own application, build your everything should be a custom object because standard
Yeah. Yeah.
comes with out of the box. Build your custom solution and we'll see how it
Okay.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Try it. Yeah,
Cool.
you will learn a lot than what I'm saying. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Think in real-time scenario and implement this, because what I want you to do is I need you to create all the fields of a student, all the fields of a mark sheet.
Got it. Got it.
Technically think and implement, because a student will have mark sheet starting from his LKG to 12th standard, right?
Mhm.
If he goes to college, how will you accommodate that? So think and implement it. Okay.
Okay.
It's an
And
it's an endless possibility of the scenario. So think
yeah.
and implement it accordingly. Yeah.
Okay. And how to kind of implement this like lookup or a relationship? How to do that?
Here itself, go create a if I want to choose a master detail,
Okay.
all you have to do is go to account, go to your custom object,
Okay.
relate to which object. Let's say I
Got
want
it.
to asset,
Got it.
and
Got it.
give a name and save it. Simple as like that.
Simple as that. Okay. Got it. Got it.
That's it. Next, save it.
Cool.
That we create your field. It's
Cool.
not complicated on the UI. It's the logic which you implement is a bit complicated. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry for that.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah. So understood, right? Like
No, understood.
the
Understood.
relationships. Okay.
Yes.
Now the next topic in our content is we need to go for this is an introductory session for tomorrow's thing. Okay. Data
Okay.
management in Salesforce. We have seen data modeling. Okay.
Yeah.
We have seen types of relationships fields. Just now I finished because I need it to be a bit elaborate. That's the reason I brought it today. Okay.
Yeah.
Because these topics can't be covered in a single day. Even in 2 sessions, I can't cover the depth of those fields and all, but due to time restrictions, it is important. So I will, like the links which I'm sending, you can always go through and refer. Okay.
Okay.
Next item is the data management. Data management is import and export data. Okay.
Okay.
That's the next topic. Okay. But before knowing import and export data, there is a very important thing which you need to think from the platform's perspective. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is, what are all the ways you can create data in the platform? That is very important, right?
Okay.
Before doing data import and export, see, data import and export is nothing but if you are importing data, which means you are inserting data into a particular table. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exporting is you do a data load and then export your data. Okay. But if you want to become a proper developer, you need to know or understand what are all the ways of doing data manipulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to know different ways. So those ways are, okay, what you can do is you can create your object, you can create your cycle, then you can go to the UI and you can start creating records, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Manual records, manual entries.
Manual entries
Yeah.
on the UI front. This is a
Yeah.
very common thing, right? This is a very common thing. Data manipulation areas. Okay. So one is on the UI. I can go create on the UI. I can click on new button. I can create a record. Okay. I will say test account, and I will save it. Okay, this is one way. So technically what it has done is it has inserted a record in the account table, right?
Yeah.
This table. How to verify? If I go to accounts table, I can see the account which has been created just now. Okay, I
Yes.
can see the account owner, and you can see the created by me on 16th. It takes my org time, okay, and then 7:10 p.m. It takes my org's time. I will tell you how to calculate how these timings are being set. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so you might see a bit different here. Okay, so that is nothing but if you go to company information. Okay, I think I have shown you company information before, right? You go to company information.
Mhm.
You can see this default time zone.
Okay, it's different. Yeah.
Specific. Okay, that's why my record created time is different.
Yeah.
Getting it right? So if
Yes.
I
Yes.
said
Yes.
to India, if I, obviously I'm in India, I can change it. GMT plus 5:30. 5 or 5:30, I forgot that. So if I set my timings, oh no. Now if I create my own record, then I will be able to see the Indian Standard Time.
Got it. Got it. No. Yeah.
Now I will just show you to understand. Now if you see, no, it will take some time for us to reflect because it's an org-wide change. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It has to update all the records, so it has to do an update like that. Okay. So this is one way of creation of records on the UI. Second way is I can perform some automation.
Okay.
Automation in the sense I can write trigger flows to create records. Okay. So for example, whenever I'm creating an account, I can create a contact records. One or multiple contact records I can create using automation. That is
Okay.
possible. Okay. I can create custom UI pages using Salesforce language like Visual Force or LWC. We will see all these things, but I can build my own custom page and I can get it from the UI. This is standard UI and this is custom UI. Clear so far?
Okay.
Also screen flows. This is one way of creating data in the system. Okay. It's nothing
Okay.
out of the box. Salesforce as a UI. Okay. What if the customer is asking, I need to see checkboxes, I need to create multiple records on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Customer obviously will end up asking, coming for custom requirements, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, it's custom build only. So we can build our custom pages using Visual Force or LWC or screen flows. Okay. This is one way of data generation. Okay. Other thing is integration. Okay. Where and a third party application which is connected to Salesforce, which will insert data into my system. This is possible, right?
Okay.
I can connect my Salesforce to any external system, and they can push data or they can insert or update data in my system directly if the connection is authentic.
Okay.
That is through integration. Okay. I can do data loads. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I can uh, insert records in developer console also. Developer console is nothing but it's a tool which comes out of the box. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
If you click on the setup gear icon, okay, and you can see an option called developer console. Okay. You can either open like on click of it, it will open in a new window like this. Okay. Which will load and display it like this on a different window. Or if you want to open it in the same window, then you can right click and open a new tab. Okay. So developer console is nothing but you can query your records. Okay. You can create your Apex class, trigger, custom pages, everything. Okay. You can do debugging here. You can run your test classes here. All these terminologies might be new, but I want to I want you guys to get used to it. Okay. You can
Yep.
check view states, you can see your codes, what is written there, everything here on the dev console. Okay. I
Okay.
can insert my new records here. Okay, there is an anonymous window which will let me to insert records like this. I can insert, I can do upsert, update, delete, whatever I want to do, I can do it. Okay, using developer console is one thing. Okay, there are certain third-party things like workbench, etc., which you can also do some data manipulation. You can import, export, whatever it is. Okay, third party. Okay, these are all the ways Salesforce will get data in the system. Okay, these are out of our context, out of our course content also. Okay, but without knowing these things, you won't understand. It will become a nightmare for you. Like if suddenly if an interviewer is asking like what are all the ways you can do data loads or what are the ways you can manipulate data in Salesforce, you should be able to answer it. Okay, these are
Understood.
other ways. If you at least if you are able to give at least 4 to 5 points, that will be a booster for you. Okay,
Got it. Got it.
especially in Salesforce, man. Salesforce market is crazy and also the competition is crazy. Okay.
Understood.
So whatever I'm telling you, just keep that in mind. Yeah. Or just write a notes or watch these recordings multiple times, which will help you
Okay. Okay.
in all the ways, basically, all the ways. Even if you become a tech lead or an architect, okay, so these
Mm-hmm.
things will be helpful to you. Okay.
Understood.
Now, before moving to data import and export, okay, there are possibilities, man. There are possibilities inside Salesforce itself. Okay, if you type like go to setup and on the quick find you type data, you can see data loader. Okay, so
Yeah.
type data here, you can see data loader. Download and install in this in your machine. Okay, download and install in
Okay.
your machine. Okay, it will download a tool. Okay, the basic of this tool is you need to have Java in your system. Make sure you install the latest Java version and then you restart your machine and then you install this data loader.
Okay.
Okay. This is a data loading tool Salesforce provides and we use it because it's maintained by Salesforce. It's
Okay.
not a third party because it is inside your org. Okay. Use this data loader. Okay. There are tons of data loading tool for Salesforce. Okay. For example, you have Jitterbit, you have multiple. I can't recollect all the names. Like you have Jitterbit, you have Talent tool is there. Multiple.
Okay.
Okay. Those are all like automating the data loading. Okay.
Got it.
This is simple import and export, but if you want to import and send data to a third party system, everything automated, then you need to create a map, define your routes, connect the different data points, things like that. Okay. So
Okay.
these are
Okay.
all ETL tools is what we call it, right, in IT, if you are aware of it. They are all ETL data loading tools. Okay. So data loader is simple import export from our, or if you want to export to a data to an Excel sheet or a CSV sheet, you can use data loaders to simply import and export. Okay.
Okay.
This is pure manual. Okay. This is what the most frequently used item.
Okay.
Then you have data import wizard. Okay. Where you can like you can import your data from a sheet, or you can import from an external data source. All those things you can do using this data import wizard. Okay. And you have this data export. Okay. Where you can schedule exports. For example, if there is a large organization. Okay. And they want to frequently have their data backed up. Okay. So we can do some scheduled export, which might run every day, every week, things like that.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay. On day frequency, what start date, what end date, what is the preferred time. And then you can save, and you can, whatever objects you need, include them by select. This is called scheduled data export, backup purposes. Okay. For taking backups. Okay. Or if you want to export now, currently, you can do the same thing. What is the encoding? What object you want to? Every object in the system you will have here. Okay. So if I choose contact, I will say start export. The data export is currently in progress. Your export is queued and you will
Okay.
receive an email. So whenever it is done, I will receive an email saying that your data export is completed. On the email, I will have a link, or I can come here and download.
Okay.
It has already downloaded it for me. I
Okay.
can
Okay.
download it here. A zip file will be downloaded, and you can see it is in
Excel format.
comma separated value .csv file.
CSV. Okay.
Yeah, it is in CSV format because Salesforce works with CSVs.
Got it.
Got it? So this is data export. Okay. Import is nothing but you install the tool. I will explain you how to do data import. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you understood is you understood the different places where you can manipulate data. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different tools and example. I haven't gave you any detailed explanation about data loader. Sorry, this developer console, but you know what is a developer console now.
Yeah.
You can query like this. I can say what are the fields I need from a particular object called contact. I can query it, which means it will query and display all the records for me. Okay. I can add my filters. If I say I've created two accounts, right? Today, select name, ID, command name from account. Okay. Where created date equals today. I created two accounts, right? In
Yeah.
front of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I can query and see here.
It's reflecting here. Yeah.
This is like programmatically querying your records.
Okay.
Okay. This is one way. Other way is I can go here. This is called a list view basically. If you click
Yeah.
on this recently viewed, you can see a list of views. Okay.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, this is called a list view. I have created a list view which will display the records which has been created today. If
Yeah.
I click on this created today, I can see only the records which I created. How I created a list view? It's
From the
simple.
filters. Yeah. From the filters. Yeah.
You can create a new list view here. You can give your name, okay, and you can define the filters here.
Yeah.
You can see this filter icon, right? So
Yes.
what
Yes.
I've added is all accounts created date equals today. This is
Today.
what the filter I have used.
Yeah.
So you can create your own list view. But technically, this creating list view is actually doing the same query.
Yeah. It's actually doing the same query. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is programmatically. seeing your records, and this is like visually
Right.
on the
Yeah.
UI front, you're creating the same thing. Technically, Salesforce does the same on both. Okay. You can add additional fields, whatever fields you want to add to a list view. You can just come and click on this menu, and you can see select fields to display. You can add the fields which you wanted to add.
Yeah.
Okay. Clear so far, please?
Yes.
Is the other person actually in the call? Like, Madan, are you in call?
Yes, I'm there. I hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. You're getting it right.
Yes.
Clear so far?
Yeah, clear.
Varu. Any questions here?
No.
Okay. So what I recommend is install the data loader. Okay.
Okay.
And then we will see how to do import data loading part. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See, the point is these are all like we haven't started anything like a huge thing or something. Okay. But you'll get a basic understanding now, but when the days are moving, you will get some in-depth understanding also. Okay, you will
Yeah.
be able to do a lot of things. Okay, and the assignment which I've given is for the purpose of creating lighting experience customization.
Okay.
So the school management application which you create that will involve exploring the setups, creating custom applications, creating custom list views, creating records. Yeah, all those things will be covered up tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that's it for the day. Okay. So we have covered the intended contents, and also we have seen some additional contents. Okay. So do this data loader insert and then try to create that school management application, and we'll see in
Yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Comfortable, right?
Yes, very comfortable.
Yeah. I'm not complicating anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Any
Thank you.
feedbacks, you'll let me know immediately. Yeah.
Did we had a class on Saturday? No, right?
No.
Okay, thank you.
After Wednesday, this is the first class.
Wednesday. Okay,
No.
thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. Take care.